Hey friends, I want to show you the gear that I bring when I go filming a project. First of all, let me just get my my cameras out here. Canon cameras, 15 to 35, 24 to 105. This is an RX or R6. This is an R. Got some microphones. Let me get these set up. Now, I have actually been recording a lot with this Rode little micro, the Video Micro, which doesn't require any batteries to keep going. It's nice. So let me just let me plug this in really quick. Okay, that's better. Now, let me just talk a little bit about these Canon cameras, all right? I always have to flip this thing out. I like to be able to control a lot of the different things that I might need from the damn, outside, not going through the menu system, right? I love these lenses. I like this full frame 4K on the R6. I got a huge upgrade when I switched over to Canon, so I'm committed at this point. One little trick that's actually quite important to me is all of these. This is the Peak Design travel tripod. This is super lightweight. They sent this out to me years ago. I've been using it ever since. It's nice to throw into a bag or into a water bottle pocket. It's super expensive in the carbon fiber, but I'm so glad they sent it out. These kinds of clips on the back here, I have these on every camera, and I make every one of these kinds of tripods be able to fit that. That means that I don't have to, I don't have to install anything new here. This just stays clunked in, which is also helpful when we're talking about this clip, which I have on a bag, the sling bag, which I'll tell you about in a minute. Okay. So I use 2 cameras. That's all that I have. I actually do have a third, which I'll show you in a second, but it's not a Canon camera. Now, this is the Rode, what is this, like the smart mic. I'll be linking to everything below. This is actually a microphone I really love to use. It automatically turns on, automatically turns off when you plug it into a device that is powered. It charges via USB. This thing's great. Why am I using that fuzzy little guy? I guess just because it doesn't have a battery in it and it's easy. My MacBook Pro 16-inch. This thing is, this is the moneymaker. Now let's talk about this backpack. This is the Shimoda, I believe the Action X25. I'll link exactly below to it. Why do I mean, this is the bag that I leave as my studio bag. I leave it here. I have storage on. If you're new to my channel, I review lots and lots and lots of bags. I have hundreds of bags in storage, and I leave this one out for when I need to do filming. I just got back from Flow Genome Projects, Camp Omega. Jamie Wheel's an author and a writer, and a friend who I really like what he's up to. And he asked if I could film. I did. I came out and filmed. It's not normally what I do. I normally am a studio YouTuber kind of person. So this bag I keep designated just for moments like that, when I need to head out, especially into the wilderness, but even if not wilderness, just I need to throw a bunch of stuff on a backpack that's super comfortable to carry, has plenty of stability and organization and sturdiness for keeping my stuff secure, padded, right? But also lots of organization. Let's see what kind of stuff I end up having in here. For this trip, actually, I bought this little guy, which is the Go, the Insta360 Go sort of thing. Not sure yet how I feel about this. And here I've got some gifts and computer stuff, my little dongle for connecting my SD cards, some extra earbuds. This is interesting. I didn't pull this out filming, but this is some company reached out, Hokum reached out, and this is the first gimbal I've ever had. I don't use a gimbal on my cameras. I just use the image stabilization, and I keep my elbows close in, and I move slowly. I'll show you a video from that shortly. In fact, I'll link right now to the Canyon video that I did with the Flow Genome Project, where there's no gimbal, right? It's just image stabilization, and you can get away with a lot when you're filming in 60 frames a second. You know what I mean? But this gimbal for the phone, this has been kind of fun. You put the phone in cinematic mode, and you're just let's just go for it. Lots of organization in this bag. I'm just going through to make sure there isn't anything I forgot. This I could have integrated so that I could flap this open and get into my camera gear, but I did not need to do that. I wasn't planning on actually going on hikes and stuff. On this side, on both sides, you have a huge water bottle compartment that comes out, which is what I have always put these tripods into. Okay, I have to have a good hard drive, right? This is a little 2 terabyte SanDisk. Highly recommend these. I will link to this below. By the way, what does my hair look like? I literally just got up. I needed to get this stuff out, and I was like, let's film it. 2 terabyte SanDisk SSD. Highly recommend these. Now, also, you can see this little clip. You might have seen it on my laptop. I'm trying out this new thing. I'll link to that below. It's good. I always used Velcro before, and this is a little clip that clips it right on the back of my laptop, which is nice. Hard drive space. I could have done with some more hard drive space. I ended up bringing a big 10 terabyte hard drive and like having to copy a bunch of stuff off of this onto that to make more room on my working drive. Don't forget to get gifts for your kids. These are cool. These are like these little army guys doing yoga postures. How awesome is that? Hold on. It's always good to bring the kids something. Okay, that's that. I like these drives. This is the G drive. I think I saw some YouTuber who had just a pile of these, and I was like, this is 10 terabytes. Just storage space, you guys. It's actually cheaper than it's ever been, right? Even though it's super expensive. And in the future, it's nice to go back and have that footage for some documentary they make about your life. Okay, so that's everything in this bag. This bag by itself ends up being really light. These straps are super comfortable. I cannot recommend stuff from Shimoda enough. Seriously, it's the one that I go with when I need to go anything outdoorsy. Anything that's like, I'm bringing my whole studio on my back. So I will link to these below. Those links support the channel. This bag is also Shimoda. But first of all, this one, this is the Peak Designs, I think like 10-liter sling. I don't know. It's the biggest one. It's the biggest one. I put their little camera clip right here. I have one camera right here, and then one camera inside. I'm able to fit my camera inside with the microphone on, which is, so like when I'm walking around filming, I'm actually like this. And oftentimes I will have this and I'll use it as a little like sturdy little thing for this. Got my extra batteries right in here. And I've got a little, like I write on my batteries. You can see I like 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 6 of them. I make a little line up there to tell me this is the direction to put it in. And then when I flip them upside down like this, that means they're used. That means these guys need to be charged. Okay, they've been used. Whereas if I see that little line on top, that means it's good to go. Got a new hat. Got a new hat out there. I'm wearing a beanie in a garage in Texas. That's not intelligent. Okay, so the Peak Sling or a sling like this, what makes this so great is I can fit my second camera with the microphone on straight inside of here, and I can carry my batteries. In this front pocket, you can also fit your ND filters, things like that, but I was running gun. My 2 lenses, they have different barrel sizes, so the ND filters don't fit on one of them or the other one, so I just end up not taking them at all. Lazy. All right, now there's this big guy. I'm going to show you this bag in a second, but first let me just open it up a bit. This is a pack from, I love these from Z-Packs. It's Dyneema, super duper lightweight, and I just have a drone in here from Exo Drones. They sent this out. I have been using it. I still haven't made a video on it. I kind of promised them one, so I really should do it. The thing is the camera on that isn't all that great. It's fine. You'll see in a video that I make on this trip that I was just on, you'll see some drone footage from this. I was looking at it. It's fine, but it's not as good as like, you know, making real filmy type stuff is what it feels like, you know. However, it's nice to have a drone. I've never had one before. So linking to Exo Drones below because I think they're much more affordable than your standard stuff. This is the Black Hawk. This is a new tool to me. One of the things that you've got to be careful about when you're filming is your body. This is a cool little foam roller that you can adjust in a handful of different ways for rolling your back, your thighs, your butt, your legs, all of that stuff. Linking to this below. Met the founder of this actually at this event, which was really cool. All right, now this little thing is epic. This is from Aputure. This is their, I don't know, I'll link to it below, a little tiny light that you can change the color of. In fact, I stayed at a hotel the night before arriving back home in New Mexico, and the lights in there was so horrible. I just turned this on like that, super dim, as I was winding down at night. Also couldn't use this. I held it while I was doing some interviews. I oftentimes have it in the background here when I need to put a little color pop like that. You know, it's kind of nice. All right, headphones. I have these old headphones. In fact, I've worked hard to like keep them up over time. These are Bang & Olufsen's. I just like that they get so flat. They're not great headphones to do your mixing and mastering on because they do have too much color. It's like you mix and master to this, and it's not gonna sound the way you want it to on other devices. But I love how flat it is and how comfortable these are, and the way that, like, I mean, my life has been so upgraded by this thing. This is the MixPre 6 from Sound Devices. This thing is the best thing in the world. I've got 4 XLR inputs. The only thing I use this, it's an SD card. Plug it right in, charges through USB-C. You just turn it on through USB-C, plug it in. I was recording everything from the mixing board at the event through here. It was sort of like a surprise. We also need you to record all the sessions. I was really just hired to make a promo video. That's what I'm into. But I like this crew and I decided to help them out. So an audio out into the auxiliary in, but this is what I do almost all of I do music recording with this. Nowadays, I'm honestly recording with a microphone straight into the camera for the audio. It just makes it easier in editing. I don't have to sync anything up. But for a long time, I did everything on this, and this is just like, I don't know. You can get away with filming everything on your iPhone and having great audio, for example, coming from a soundboard or something like that, can make all the difference in the world. I like this little thing. Link to that below. Extension cable. You can't have enough of these. I take this one and then I take this one too. Now, I did not use this at all in this trip, but OmniCharge just sent this out and this is rad. Check this out. First, it's like beefy, super legit. And then this has like spare batteries you can put into. Now, I think I'm supposed to screw these in with these little tiny screws, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna like bring a tiny screwdriver and like tighten it all up. I've used it like this, just clicking it in, and it's worked fine. This is great because now all I gotta do is bring another one of these or a few of these, and I don't have to bring the huge brick everywhere. I can just have a handful of these. That's nice. In this trip, I didn't need to do that. I did use this big battery from Oops. Oops! I ran out of power. I didn't end up using this during the week, but I used it in the car on the way back. I had my laptop in my passenger seat plugged into this, importing bunches of footage. That was nice. This is the big one. I brought the biggest one because I was driving and I could afford it. However, I know I actually would have been fine with this, at least for a while, because this has USB-Cs, so I could charge my laptop right from here. It also has an AC plug, right? This thing is gangster. I love this stuff from OmniCharge. I typically use their smaller one. I tried this one out, and I didn't have an excuse to use it this time, but I'm sure I'll be using it in the future. Link to that guy below. Okay, some other bags here. So I just like have stuff organized. This is from Brown Buffalo, this case. It's really great. And inside of here, as you can see, it's just cables. And in fact, I used some gaff tape and it's like really gotten gunky. But having a bunch of cables like this was really helpful. For instance, that cable that I needed to go from the mixer into my MixPre 6 to record all the audio, that's essential. By the way, the drone usually fits just right in here. I also have another thing full of like grip stuff, so clips and cloppers, a little bit of a... This is useful when, for instance, I brought my big aperture light and a C stand, and because that's what I like. I live on like this camera is hanging from a C stand right now. It's 2 C stands. Oh my God, they changed my whole life. Everything before that were these like flimsy, shitty little, like, Amazon newer light stands and shit, right? Not the best stuff. With C stands, you can clip on all sorts of stuff. You can hang multiple things, right? And so you need like some grip stuff to be able to do that. So I had a little travel grip thing there. Now, this guy, all right, a Tom Bin snake charmer case, and inside of here, I have got this Atom X from, what, I don't know, what's it, like a Ninja or something like that? It's like a little 5-inch screen that I normally have set up right over here. What this allows me to do is with these Canon cameras, is I can record longer than their 30-minute limit, all right? I'm gonna show you my other camera, which already does that automatically, which is what I used instead of, I never pulled this out, right? This is, I like to use this in the studio more than anything else, but if I know I'm setting up something for a lot of long shots, like meaning long in time, I'll set this up and need to get a plug to it and the whole 9 yards. Okay, then this camera, this is the Panasonic GH4, which still does fine. This is like, I've actually got a really rad Voigtlander lens on it, which goes down to like 0.95, but it's a crop censored lens. It's a cropped lens, it's like a CMOS lens, or not lens, but a sensor. It doesn't look the best. However, it can record forever. Forever. It just records in a billion 5-minute clips, right? That's why I originally got these, and I got these used. I used to have several of them, a GH2 and this. I think I got rid of the GH2, or I don't know where that is. I kind of think about like having studio cameras like this instead of the Canon cameras, you know? But I just like the Canon color so much. And I've already spent all the money on those lenses and stuff, so. But I brought this, and this came in super handy. Set up a static shot, plugged it in, press record, and I didn't have to worry about it for forever. Got a bunch of lenses for these. Some of them are broken. The thing about this Micro Four Thirds format is fairly affordable lenses. I've got some batteries that I could use on a light or on that screen. This thing I can plug in these sorts of, you know, standard big batteries into. You know, I've got like a multi-tool down here, a notebook, some extra SD cards, and like lens cleaners. Lots of different little shit that I can just throw in the outside. Now this bag, this is the roller bag from Shimoda, okay? And this is probably one of my favorite bags of all time. I've used it for forever. I keep it in my studio as my studio setup. Like this is my little doctor's case that I keep everything organized into, right? For when I need to like, oh, let's set up either an extra camera or like all my cables, batteries and things just live inside of here. It is so rugged and durable. It's not like as rugged and durable as one of those big thick Pelican cases that are plastic, right? So that's kind of like maybe the way to go. However, I don't have one of those. The Pelican hasn't sent me any of those. Shimoda sent me this. I've never needed something more durable than this. This thing has been amazing. I love the way it works. I love like the robustness of it. It has great pockets on the side here that you can actually fit like a water bottle into if you're traveling with it, right? I just needed to be honest with you about this, that I use this thing all the time. And I never did a dedicated review on this, I don't think. I just did a review of some Shimoda bags and included this in it. I love this thing because I just love this doctor's bag thing, you know? Look at that. Hey. All right, I gotta set my studio here back up and I gotta go change out the laundry because my alarm keeps going off. One of the tricks in travel is you just break it all down the moment you get back. Like, get it all sorted out. Laundry included, you know? Get unpacked from your bags. And when you have a studio like this is like, I don't normally take all of this stuff when I go out on a trip. Normally I'm just taking a couple cameras and some SD cards and batteries. This was a bit of a bigger haul because I was driving and I didn't know what I would really need. And I wanted to do a good job. So look for that on the channel. Check out Jamie Wheel's stuff. He wrote a recent book, Recapture the Rapture. He wrote Stealing Fire. I fell in love with him just through like, you know, interviews on Modern Wisdom or other channels where he is just spitting fire. Questions about camera gear and studio stuff? This is just what I use. Take it if it's helpful. Bye!